too official. Through the flag, blew the whistle. 3 words, 2 initials.
It's your guy who was never lying, sometimes defiant, TP Way the Giant. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and rocking with me, man. Before we get into day 9 of training camp festivities, man, I have to take the time to wish my oldest, my daughter Amelia, a happy born day. Mwah, love you, sweetheart. Can't believe I've been a father for 11 years. That's wild to me. But yes, happy born day to my baby. Now let's get into it, man. Day 9 of training camp. I will start here with the one-on-ones, receiver and corner action. I have to start off with this matchup here. Neighbors versus Banks. Neighbors versus Banks. I've been super critical on Deontay Banks. I am one of the few Giant fans that still has hope that Deontay Banks, man, can turn things around. No pun intended, because we know we talk about him turning his head around, but Deontay Banks has some good reps in versus Neighbors. I've seen a lot of what I like from Deontay Banks as far as his play style, being that physical guy. Not too handsy, but in Malik Neighbors' grill. I love to see that. He did get his head turned around when necessary. Good reps from Deontay Banks. Now, of course, Neighbors was going to get his. All right? That's just mandatory. But don't get it twisted. Banks was definitely, doing his things as well. I did see Hyatt versus Adebo getting at it. Hyatt, it looked like he had a step on one of the reps that I seen on Adebo. I don't know if it was Hyatt slowing down, or I don't know if Russell Wilson underthrew it. We will get into underthrows when it comes to Russell Wilson that I seen this practice. But all in all, I mean, I really didn't see Hyatt really eat too much in that period there, because he also went against Drew Phillips, and Drew Phillips, man, he was just locking shit down today. You know what I mean? Drew Phillips is one of the guys that y'all have heard me speak about, especially on the live streams when I'm talking to different fan bases. Look, when y'all talk about y'all corners and who's doing what, I'm going to talk about Drew Phillips, and y'all may not know his name, but that does not mean he's not putting in pain. All right, so shout out to Drew Phillips by just having a really good camp and looking like he is just going to have a sophomore campaign that is going to supersede what he did his rookie year, man. So I'm excited to see that. Another rep that I seen was Rondell Robinson, and I forgot who the corner was, man. Damn, I wish I can remember. I think it was Drew Phillips, to be honest with you. Rondell Robinson versus Drew Phillips. Rondell, good route, beat Drew. And I don't know what it was. I really want to find out, man, because it looked terrible. I'm not even going to lie to you, from Russell Wilson. I don't know why he didn't get the ball out earlier than what he did. He underthrew it, and it definitely wasn't Wandell's fault, but it gave enough time for Drew Phillips, a corner like him, to recover and then make the play. So, yes, let's matter of fact, let's get into that. I've seen a few clips of underthrows, and particularly from Russell Wilson. Now, that has not been the theme of things throughout this camp, but for today, I have seen too many underthrows, man, where a receiver may have a step, where a receiver may have been in a position to make a play, but Russell Wilson just doesn't put it out there enough for the receivers to do so. I did not like that, but I'm not going to trip too heavy on that because that has not been something that has been the theme throughout training camp, but that is just something that I did notice. So Russ, listen, man, do not be afraid to let that thing go, man. Throw that money out there and let the receivers go get it. But yeah, that is just something that I did pay attention to. And for people who was questioning Rondell Robinson's ability to be a down-the-field receiver, listen, man, I see it completely different than you. I am not saying that that is something that he has to be doing, 80% of his reps or time on the field. I'm not saying that, but Rondell Robinson most definitely could and should be a receiver, man, that you see down the field and getting targeted. You've seen in these like one-on-one drills that I was just speaking of, man. I mean, he wins these reps. He is a small guy, so yes, you don't like to put that jump ball opportunities with him, but he can beat anybody because that is the type route runner that he is. So kill that noise with Rondell Robinson. Can't be a down the field receiver. He most definitely can. Even on the play of the day where Drew Phillips, bats the ball up and it just luckily falls on Rondell Robinson's chest as he's, laying there on the ground. People were, I guess, excited about that. I guess, yay, it was an interesting play. Me, I don't like lucky shit like that unless it happens in the game. I'll take all the luck in the game, but while we in the lab, it's just like, if it ain't designed to happen that way, I'm not that excited about it. But all in all, Rondell Robinson had a step, maybe two, on Andrew Phillips, but it was underthrown, and it allowed Andrew Phillips to make that play and bat it up. Now, ultimately, of course, Rondell Robinson technically still made the play, but again, luck, 100% luck. All in all, just some good reps, man, some good things going between that. All in all, just some good reps, wide receiver versus corner. Haven't really seen that much of that, but, we got some in today. Injuries. Cam skedaddle, man. It has been rumored that it is possibly a hamstring injury that we are dealing with Cam Scatterbo. Really nothing has been really said about the injury, so we just still continuing to keep our ears to that news there. But hopefully, man, he's been having such a good camp that hopefully it is nothing too serious. Coach Dable and his day-to-day status updates, it's like you never really know what that means. So we just got to be patient, play the waiting game. There was a few guys, man, that was out of practice today. I know Darius Slayton was out. Thomas Fedoni, again, he was out. Van Roten, he's still, dealing with addition to his family with having a baby. There's a few names. There's a few names that was out today. But I think a lot of that, too, is just, rest days and just making sure, after just having these competitive weeks, that everybody is able to recoup and, all in all, be ready when preseason / week one gets here. So, not too alarming as far as injuries is concerned, because some of these I do believe are just rest days. But, we're just going to keep our ears, to the injury streets. Offensive line. Let's talk about Marcus Membo, man. Marcus Membo had some starting reps today because Coach Dable has implemented some disciplinary actions for this offensive line. Whenever there is a pre-snap penalty, y'all know what we dealt with last year. Y'all know the bullshit that we had to deal with all of the pre-snap penalties. He implemented a rule to where whenever that is the case, you got to go. You got to get off the field. You got to check off the field. I believe it is till the period is over. But I love the fact that Coach Dable is addressing this, because that is definitely something that we need to have a focus on. Discipline, and not shooting ourselves in the foot, and making sure that we limit these pre-snap penalties. So I like the idea. I like the direction of where Coach Dable is going, putting an emphasis on that. And James Hudson was the first. To get up out of there, man, through a pre-snap penalty. So Marcus Membo, stepped in, and he looked pretty good, man. He looked like he belonged, man. We already know Marcus Membo has really good feet, technically sound, And I'm looking forward to seeing more reps, man, and more things from Marcus Mimbo for sure. Evan Neal, again, he's just somebody who is just working and competing for a starting spot. It could be a thing, man. This is definitely the perfect opportunity while Greg Van Roten is out for him to step up, man, and shine. So Evan Neal, this is his chance, man. This is a big year for Big Country right here. So we'll be, of course, staying tuned for that. Also, Ordano Fortune, he has some reps today as well. Glad I'm hearing his name because I haven't really heard too much this training camp. But he also has some starting reps, which is a very good thing. I definitely would want to see that. He is definitely going to be a guy that I'm going to add on my must-watch preseason list. So that's good signs there. That is good to hear. All in all, I think that is it for day 9 of training camp, man. I have to end this on this note because I'm not going to ignore this. I'll be getting a live stream in very soon, man. Please forgive me because I have been super busy. I know y'all can't tell because I've been pushing out, a video every day, but we're going to get to a live stream super soon, man. I got something in store for y'all. But NFC East business. There's trouble in paradise over there in Dallas. There's trouble in paradise over there in Washington. Of course, y'all already know, Giant fans. What about the possibility of Parsons? What about the possibility of McLaurin? I can't entertain that. All right, I can't even entertain that. And La La Land, that would be absolutely hilarious. And La La Land, of course, I would never turn that down. But in reality, come on, man. In reality, I don't see a world where that's even a thing. And so I'm not even going to put too much emphasis on that. But all I do know is I am enjoying the downfall. I am enjoying the drama surrounded by both teams. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I do not appreciate when NFC East teams are going through turmoil, because I do know when we go through it and when we have went through it, it was all laughs and giggles. Now, this shoe was on the other foot, so I'm just sitting back with my popcorn, appreciating the fact that we are stacking good days on top of good days and watching them act like they're not in panic mode when I really know that they are. So, anyway, we'll talk about that more and more at a later date. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for rocking with me, man. Make sure if you are new to this channel, especially if you are a New York Giant fan, man, subscribe. Also, like this video. New York Giants salute to each and every one of you. I will holla at y'all, and until I holla at y'all, fee-fi, fo-fum. Peace.
AKA lion, AKA tiger, how we swinging 9, walking through the fire, certified pioneer. Yeah. Keep applying pressure to the foes, born closer than Nine Pit, closer than Maya Dish. Yeah. Keep away the Giant here.